Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Chevy Dude. Before I begin the content of this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn all your bell notifications on so you don't miss an upload. Most importantly, if you communicate or contact the Bachman Auto Group in any sort of fashion, make sure you tell them that I'm the reason you are here, and make sure that you ask for me so I can help you purchase your next car here at Bachman Auto Group. And hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Yes, behind me, the 2020 Duramax 1500 Silverado. And I'm really excited to finally get to review this thing and show this to you because you guys have been asking, number one. But I've sold actually a number of these, but it's always been crazy busy, and I have not been able to do it. This one was a sold order unit as well from one of my companies in Southern Indiana. So he's gonna come and pick this up later this afternoon. So I gotta get this done, and it's all ready for him to go and whatnot. But finally, this truck is here, and I can show you everything about this truck and kind of give you my opinion on it too. Now, this was a custom order truck. We don't typically order trucks with the dark atmosphere Gideon interior, but this does have the lighter interior Gideon. So if you haven't seen this interior, this is what it looks like. It's really gray. It really brightens up the inside. And this Gideon is actually kind of more like a brown interior. Can't really pick that up really well. Maybe right there we'll pick it up. But anyways, this is a custom order LT, and let's just get to the meat and potatoes because everything inside this truck is very similar to everything out there. Let's get right under this Duramax Diesel hood and I'll show you about it. And here is this 3.0 liter dual overhead cam inline 6 Duramax Diesel engine. Turbos back here. It's a nice real size turbo, not something just tiny that we see on a lot of the cars out there. This one's actually a really nice turbo, and the cool thing about this, it does have 277 horsepower, but it has 460 foot-pounds of torque, which is more torque than the 5.3 liter V8 engine that Chevy uses very commonly in most of our trucks. And it has the same amount of torque that our 6.2 liter engine has. The big boy that are in our higher end LTZ and high country trucks, and now available in the RST and the LT Trail Boss trucks as well. But really awesome setup down here. This is really cool. I've had a lot of opportunities to look at things in here, and you guys know that I am no mechanic. I can't start naming parts down here, but so I like to show you guys everything I possibly can up close, so that way if your dealership doesn't have one, if you just aren't interested in buying the truck currently and you want to be able just to see it, that's what I'm doing and that's what I'm here for. So it's really simple. We got Dexos D diesel. They're using 0W20, which is very similar to what we're using in the Corvette. We got a coolant tank here. We have a coolant tank up there. And then really, that's about it. We got power, our brake fluid up there. It's electric power steering, so there's no power steering pump or fluid to mess with. And that's really it. Just a dipstick on camera and inside the engine as well. So a couple of notes that I like to push out on this Duramax Diesel actually are coming from Car and Driver with their testing and stuff like that. So they did the top speed, which is governed, by the way, is 114 miles an hour on this truck. So if you need to use that 460 foot-pounds of torque and get around traffic or get up on the interstate or whatever the case may be, this is going to get you there and you can get up to speeds. Not that any of us ever drive fast on the interstate. I certainly always abide by the speed limits. But their 0 to 100 miles per hour was 21.5 seconds. The 0 to 60 was 7.1, and they did this with a 1 foot rollout. So that means that the truck starts moving 1 foot before the timer starts, which is only 0.3 seconds. So it's nothing too crazy. So you just add 0.3 seconds to all those times and you're good. Rolling start 5 to 60 miles an hour was 8.2 seconds. The 35 to 50 top gear speed was 4.2 seconds, and then 50 to 70 was 5.2 seconds. So quarter mile time 15.5 at 88 miles per hour. So pretty impressive. Braking 70 to 0, they did it at 181 feet. Pretty impressive with this big of a truck stopping that quick. They observed 23 miles per gallon on their test to 75 mile an hour highway driving. They actually got 26 miles per gallon, and the highway range on this truck is 570 miles, which is, it's a long time. It's a long drive. If you drive back and forth to work every day, this is going to get you, you know, a couple couple weeks on a tank of gas, which is pretty nice. Just like with all of our diesels now, we have our DEF tank and we have our gas filler neck right there. It's a capless fuel system, so you just want to make sure that if you're buying these trucks for employees that they understand everything completely 100%, that this is diesel and this is DEF. And we don't put DEF in here. I had a customer's employee put DEF in the fuel tank of his 1-ton Ram Cummins engine, and it was $15,000 to fix. So you want to make sure that they understand what these mean, what they do before driving it. You and I know what these do, but if you have somebody else drive your truck, make sure they understand 100% of what's going on, so that way they don't mess up your engine. Now, I'm not a real big fan of the DEF right here. I know on our previous generations we had it up there under the hood, and I actually like that. But the reason I don't like this is this stuff is corrosive, right? So you got to make sure that you clean it off the truck if you get it in there, all that stuff. And luckily they did put a filler gauge up here, and I'll show you that here in a second, that you can see how much it works. And when you have the truck running, you can kind of watch how much goes in there, and actually I'll show you how that works as well. Well, maybe I won't show you how this works because my PDI guys did a great job knowing that this vehicle was sold and it was filled up. So the process that we have here at the dealership is we do not fill the DEF tanks up because the DEF does have a shelf life. It's 1 year. So in the event that we have a truck here for 1 year and we have a full tank of DEF, it goes bad and creates problems. So we only put enough in there until the delivery, and then we put fill it up. So in order to get this, basically most people are gonna be on this home screen right here. And then when you push over with this knob right there, when you push over, you've got all sorts of different things, and it's all the way at the bottom. So I'm gonna go all the way at the top here, and you see you've got your trip 1, your trip 2. I'm clicking, you can see the lines coming down on the far right. Fuel range right now, oil life monitor, tire pressures, air life, brake pads, all that stuff. And you come down here and you have your DEF. So one quick way to do it is when you're at the top, just scroll up 2 and it comes down. So that tells you everywhere, that tells you where you are full or empty of DEF, and it gives you all sorts of warnings that you're low as well. So this being an LT, we do have auto start stop technology, which I'm not a fan of. Oil pressure, water temperature, fuel, battery, mile per hour over there. Most people are going to leave it right here where you have your digital speed and all your information is there. This vehicle's got 9 miles an hour, which is indicated right there by the red door open signs. You got your compass right there, 2-wheel drive, and what your gear is over there. So this is a 2-wheel drive without the NHT max trailering package. So you have 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high auto, and then this is kind of like an all-terrain mode. This is kind of like a 4-wheel low mode that you can use, and I need to do a video on explaining this because it's really cool. And then you have your tow haul mode up there, and then you have your normal, sport, and off-road there. So when I turn these right here, you'll see you'll get a screen over here doing those, and if I turn it to the left, which I just did, you get the trailer right there next to the P in the 2-wheel drive. And then if I put it in auto, you can see it's going to say 4-wheel drive shift in progress, and right there down at the bottom it shows that you're auto 4-wheel drive. You never ever want to drive an auto 4-wheel drive. You always want to be in 2-wheel drive regardless of the situation. Auto 4-wheel drive is just like driving in 4-wheel high if you're in inclement weather or on a terrain that requires 4-wheel drive, but you want to put it in auto. That's when you do it. You do not drive an auto on dry pavement or any other situations out there. You only use auto in 4-wheel drive applications. The cargo lamps are right here. This is your interior lights, and your lights are all automatic. And this being an LT, you have heated steering wheel, and you have all your cruise control, voice recognition. Then coming over here, you got your Chevrolet infotainment screen. You got everything you need to know in here. You have the camera views, which I love the camera views because this gives you your grid lines there. So if I turn the steering wheel, you can see those lines turn. You got trailer, so if you're backing up to a trailer, you got one single line there to back up to your trailer hitch, and then you have the trailer guidance down right below, so you can do that. You can see somebody just walked by, but if there was a receiver in there, you'd be able to see that receiver with no problems as well. Most of the time you're going to have it right there. And of course you got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you got different users, different setups, all that stuff in there as well. And when we go to trailering, I've got the whole video on that, which I'll link in the top right hand corner with that little eye. the trailer system on, I think, on the Chevrolets is the best out there of anything. So you have a checklist if you're doing gooseneck or conventional, and then you have statuses, connections, all the maintenance you need on trailers. You can connect, I think it's up to 5 trailers up here. And so when you connect a trailer, it knows, and if you need to set up settings and stuff and whatnot, maintenance on those trailers, you know exactly what you need to do. From the outside of the truck, there's only one way to tell if this is a diesel or not, and that would be by the Duramax badge right here on the hood. The tailpipe on this truck looks very similar to the half-ton gas. I'll show you that. That's right over here. So this is your tailpipe for the diesel. Looks very similar to the gas one as well, as this is the gas one out here. So now if that truck, this is an LT, this is an LT, where's all these trucks at? There it is. If that truck would have had Z71, you'd have had dual pipes like this one here, and you wouldn't have had that pipe coming out the side. So that's a good way to know that if you have a Z71 or a non-Z71, as the memes say on Facebook, those are pitchfork hooks. Not true. We have a fantastic truck, and it's probably the best truck on the market, but the marketing from a couple of the other brands is probably a little bit better than Chevrolet, so they're selling more. So hopefully our marketing team can get on its game and we can sell more trucks. Because personally, I don't like being third. I want to be number one, because Chevrolet is number one. All right, so it's been about a month since I've driven one of these. So let's hop in the truck now, and we're just gonna take it down the road. I'll give you my driving impressions. There's a couple things that I remember on when I drove these other ones, and I don't remember them, but they're gonna come to me, and I'll give you my impressions as it's happening. We will start off on the inside here, and we'll start this truck. Now it's been a few hours, and it's gonna be a cold start. But there it is, starting. It sounds kind of weird, just because it's a diesel when I start up a half-ton truck. But right here is about where it's the noisiest. Now, one of the great things that Chevrolet has done is they put a lot of quiet tuning in here. So on the inside of the truck, you don't hear it. So let me get this door open, that Jeep moved, and we'll drive it down to the commercial store where my customer is now here and getting ready to take delivery of it. All right, so I have no noise on the inside. This jerk's gonna back up into me, but that's a friend of mine, by the way. I got all the AC off and stuff like that. 9 miles on the truck. We're gonna get it warmed up a little bit. We'll do a little poll on it so you guys can hear. And I don't know if the microphone's gonna pick up the noise, but there is just a little bit of engine noise when you're driving. But again, I have everything off. So the likelihood of you driving with everything off is so low, right? Because we usually have music going on. We got people in the car talking or on the phones, whatever the case may be. So here we are at this light. We're gonna step it up. Remember, 460 foot-pounds of torque. The same is what is in the 6.2 liter engine. This thing gets up and moves, and it moves quick. I am highly impressed with this 1500 Duramax Diesel 3.0 liter. It's amazing. Absolutely love it. And I have to say, I have driven the Ram, since we're a Ram dealer as well, and I would definitely recommend this truck over a Ram. It's just amazing. And by the way, I told you earlier in the video that I have sold a couple of these already. One of my customers from French Lick, Indiana, traded in his Ram EcoDiesel for this. He was looking at another EcoDiesel and the Silverado, and he chose the Silverado over the EcoDiesel. He was already an EcoDiesel owner, and then he drove it again and drove ours, and he chose ours. So it's kind of pretty impressive that that happened as well. Anything, just let me know. All right, see ya. All right, guys, and there you have it. There goes my commercial buddies, Duramax 1500. It's an amazing truck. I love these trucks. And if you can have an opportunity to look at them, look at them. I don't remember if I said this because I recorded this over the almost the entire day. I was here at 6 o'clock this morning, and it's now 2:11. Haven't ate a thing yet today because I've been so busy. But 9,300 pounds towing capacity on 4-wheel drive, crew cab and double cab. So pretty impressive towing capacity out of these. Most people only pull about 6,000 pounds. That's the average half-ton driver. So if you're out there towing something, putting something in a payload, whatnot, this truck will do it for you and you won't have any problems. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Finally, I get this diesel truck out. If there's anything that you need to know about it, throw it in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer it as I look at all of your comments. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day and drive safely.